passion. But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't been easy. Now I'm staying ahead of it.
Dupixent helps heal your skin from within, so you can have clearer skin and noticeably less itch. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
Tomorrow on ET, it is a new era on The Voice.
Yep, we are with Reba, Niall, John, Gwen, and Blake.
Niall is a global superstar.
How much did you pay him?
I'm so mad at him right now.
I told you our relationship was strong.
That's going to cost Blake at home. It really will. All right, we're going to leave you with Michael.
Happening now.
A man with a violent criminal history accused of terrorizing this Stone Oak neighborhood. Coming up, hear from a mom who says her kids were at home alone when that man knocked on her door with a gun.
Thousands of migrants are making their way into the U.S. through Eagle Pass, and they're all being held right here under International Bridge number 2. We'll tell you what's next for them.
Sure, more of the same for a few more days, but there is a glimmer of hope for rain in the forecast. I'm going to have a full update in just a bit. The news at 5 starts right now.
At first at 5, a surge of migrants crossing into the United States at Eagle Pass. The journey by bus, train, or walking. It's already causing new security and the challenge of how new security concerns. There's also the challenge of how do you take care of all those people?
Our Jonathan Cota takes us to the scene of the border where thousands of these new immigrants are crossing Mexico headed to Texas.
I'm here in Eagle Pass where the situation is rapidly evolving. We've seen in the last couple of days the number of migrants crossing into the U.S. significantly increase. Border Patrol working around the clock to manage the influx. Just a few hours ago, we were advised the mayor was just on the other side of this bridge. We are learning the mayor has issued an emergency declaration amid this increase in border crossings. Border Patrol agents seen responding to a constant stream of migrants arriving by foot across the Rio Grande. We had a chance to speak with the Border Patrol off camera who says migrants are being gathered under the International Bridge. This bridge is near Shelby Park and directly across the neighboring Mexican city of Piedras Negras. They tell us from here the migrants are bused to processing centers where they will be interviewed on a case-by-case basis for possible asylum. Many of these migrants face treacherous conditions during their journey. They tell us they are from Venezuela and say it takes them almost 2 months to get here. The situation here in Eagle Pass remains fluid and authorities are keeping a close eye on developments. From Eagle Pass, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
A Ring door camera capturing the terror that a San Antonio man with a violent criminal history let loose on a Stone Oak neighborhood on Sunday.
The man banging on the back window of a door and threatening to start shooting if they didn't let him inside. And that's not all. Our Daniela Ibarra with the video and a frightened homeowner who watched it all unfold live.
This video gives Lisa Sin chills.
It still feels like a nightmare.
On Sunday, Sin watched on her phone as this man strolls up to her door, gun in hand. Her kids hid inside their Stone Oak home alone.
I was just praying that he wouldn't do anything to hurt my kids. Take my stuff. I don't care, but don't hurt my kids.
34-year-old Christopher Rodriguez is accused of terrorizing several neighbors in Summer Glen.
Actually, one of our neighbors picked him up in the back of his truck and took him outside of the community.
An incident report from the Bexar County Sheriff's Office says that neighbor drove Rodriguez to the nearby Canyon Springs golf course. The report says Rodriguez pulled a gun on the neighbor, telling him, quote, he had 2 choices and that neither of them were good. Rodriguez, who was out on parole, has a violent criminal history dating back more than 15 years. Just last week, BCSO began investigating after a woman accused Rodriguez of punching her while Rodriguez drove a car and then at the couple's apartment. Assaults, according to BCSO, that took place in front of a newborn baby. That same woman told deputies Rodriguez tortured and killed her cat in front of her in May.
This guy has a rap sheet a mile long. There's no reason why he should have been on the streets in the first place.
While Rodriguez is now in custody, Sin says her family struggles to feel safe.
We're all a little traumatized right now.
Daniela Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
Disturbing video. On the run for a month, a murder suspect wanted in Atascosa County, now in custody, arrested here in San Antonio. Atascosa County Sheriff's Office posting this photo on its Facebook page of 18-year-old Kason Cash Raymond, moments after he was arrested. Raymond, accused of shooting Ricky Bernal Jr. on August 16th. Deputies say Bernal was in his mother's backyard on Big Leaf Road near Pleasanton Road in Atascosa County when he was shot. Investigators say thanks to a tip, Raymond was tracked down to an apartment complex on the city's south side. Another suspect in this case, Joseph Seiss, was arrested in connection to this murder case last week.
A case with questions, and the top one is, was evidence mishandled? And is that why this case didn't go to trial? We first told you about it yesterday. Kevin Perez sentenced Tuesday to 25 years in a plea deal for the murder of Anulfo Cortez. Cortez was shot as he was leaving the Academy store off of Loop 410 on the northwest side back in December of 2020. At the time of the murder, Perez was already a convicted felon. The Cortez family told KSAT 12 that the DA's office told them the case couldn't go to trial because SAPD had mishandled the evidence. We spoke with Chief William McManus today about this, what sounds like a common allegation these days.
I reviewed this case thoroughly with my staff, and the investigative work that our detective did on this, I stand behind. I also stand behind the work that the patrol officer did who responded to this scene. I don't see any issue, evidentiary or otherwise, with the way we handled this case.
Now, that allegation came from the Cortez family, who said they got it from the DA's office. McManus did say that he has been talking to the district attorney about the case. Coming up at 6, more on our interview with the chief and the response we got today from the district attorney's office, and more from the Cortez family.
They were given a chance to have a clean criminal record. Instead, they reoffended. They are part of the group of criminal defendants in Bexar County given pretrial diversion dismissals. The program, which has expanded tenfold under District Attorney Joe Gonzalez, gives people charged with the crime the ability to clean their criminal record as long as they stay out of trouble with the law. But a months-long probe by KSAT Investigates found that is not always happening.
And that's why this is called the practice of law, right? Because you never get it right. You're never 100% sure that you're going to, be able to prevent some crime in the future.
Coming up at 6 o'clock, District Attorney Joe Gonzalez defends expanding that program as KSAT Investigates reveals the list of charges that some of these defendants racked up after being accepted into that program.
Now to a developing story. An 11-year-old in Boerne is in trouble with the law for allegedly shooting a 5th grader with a BB gun. This is a picture of that BB gun. According to the school district, this happened yesterday at Kindle Elementary School in Boerne during recess. And we're told that the 11-year-old the 11-year-old child was not a student and was shooting the BB gun on property right next to the school. Teachers and staff immediately rushed all of the students back inside and called police. The 5th grader is expected to be okay. The 11-year-old was taken into custody.
Another vacant building going up in flames this morning, adding to the city's ongoing problem with vacant properties. This happened about 6:30 this morning off Ingram and Wurzbach. Took more than a dozen units of fire hydrant across the street in about an hour's time to put those flames out. Damage included a couple broken windows and soot covering some walls. Firefighters think someone let themselves in through an open door because the building was supposed to be empty. As of this summer, fires inside vacant buildings were accounting for about 29% of all fire calls in our city.
New at 5, alarming results from a San Antonio-based study on pregnancy and diet drinks. It may have you reaching for a glass of water instead. Local researchers concerned with their findings, which one doctor says should be a wake-up call to anyone who sweetens their drinks with aspartame and is thinking about having a baby.
The study at UT Health San Antonio asked the question, what happens to a baby in the womb when the mother drinks diet drinks during pregnancy? The answer stunned Dr. Sharon Parton Fowler.
What we saw was that among boys with autism, the odds that their mothers were drinking 1 or more diet sodas per day or using the same amount of aspartame as would be in 1 can of Diet Cola per day, they had tripled the odds.
They were looking at children who developed autism later in life, but also those who had symptoms from the start. They had an even higher risk, almost quadrupled. Oddly, she says, the girls showed no added risk, something that's shown up in other studies.
Whether it's diabetes, pesticides, whatever, they're 6 to 8 times more vulnerable to those experiences that might cause neurodevelopmental problems compared with girls.
And if you push aside all those diet sodas and maybe make yourself a nice hot cup of tea, if you use these packets, the doctor says you still have a problem. I've learned to love water.
Learning to love water. Yes, exactly.
Keep in mind, this is not the first study to reveal that there could be a strong link between disease and diet sodas. Some people develop neurological issues, only to later find them disappear when they stop the soda habit.
So about 10% of the aspartame anyone puts in their bodies turns into methanol, which turns into formaldehyde and formic acid, which are very toxic.
Now, she says that more study needs to be done on the issue, but for now, the doctor and other researchers are stressing that grabbing a diet soda while pregnant is not a healthy way to keep your weight down. It's more likely putting your health and that of your child at risk.
San Antonio's huge charity initiative, The Big Give, starts tonight for 24 hours. And today we're highlighting one organization that services that span 27 counties in Texas.
Courtney Friedman tells us about a specific program at SJRC Texas that focuses on fathers.
It is pretty difficult sometimes.
Casey Heckendorf has 2 kids ages 15 and 4, so he knows how fast the stages change.
You're always constantly worrying, okay, how am I going to make money? You know, how am I going to protect this little one?
He said there's a stigma for dads about reaching out for help, but 2 years ago, he broke out of that and turned to foster care agency SJRC Texas, which has a program geared specifically towards men who are caregivers.
So that they understand the milestones of children, what to expect, help to lower child abuse and prevent those things.
Melissa Loyola is SJRC's community prevention supervisor and says participation in the fatherhood program has spiked over the past 4 years.
We do a father-child fishing event, so super fun. We also partner with our local gym to do what we call gym games.
There is even this play area in the SJRC New Braunfels location where kids and families can come play together and connect.
And the support is constant for small issues.
One day they could like mac and cheese, the next day they don't.
And big issues.
They're kind of coaching you like, hey, maybe try this. And then it works. And then you're like, hey, it worked, you know?
Heckendorf still can't believe the program is free.
Yeah, this program needs to be like throughout the whole world. Everybody needs to know about this program because, I mean, the things that this program does is beyond amazing.
He hopes the community will continue to help fund it and the long list of other SJRC programs. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Now, the Big Give starts tonight at 6 o'clock. It ends tomorrow at 6 o'clock. If you want to donate in the next 24 hours or learn more about SJRC, you can head over to their website. We have a link on KSAT.com. Just find this story.
Let's check out traffic right now on this Wednesday, and we're going to go to I-10 and Probant. And you can see the traffic actually moving smoothly in both directions. A little tie up here yesterday, but no problems today.
97, that was our high temperature today. That's as warm as it got at San Antonio International. Notice the average high now down to 89. We've dropped below 90 for the average, but we're not going to be anywhere near that for highs in the days ahead. Right now in Del Rio, Warren's backyard, 102, 101 Floresville, Santa Maria triple digits. Even Mico in Dean's backyard at 100. The rest of us generally in the mid to upper 90s, Lavernia and Seguin at 99. So close to triple digits, but the humidity is not too bad at the moment. Clearing sky this evening, southeasterly wind at 10 to 20. That's going to really boost that humidity as we go through the evening. Notice our temperature trend. Upper 90s next few days, then we see a little bit of a drop early next week. That comes with a shot at rain. I'll talk more about that in just a bit, Ursula.
Thank you, Adam. Picking up the right car seat that will help protect your child during a crash. Consumer Reports reveals the names of the seats that perform the best in its own crash tests.
I'm Myra Arthur right here in the newsroom, and here's what our team is working on for the news at 6 o'clock today. Parking may become a big headache for big rig drivers. Some people say they have had enough with them parking on their neighborhood streets overnight. What the city's considering to keep big rigs from parking on any city streets. And it is one of the most unique experiences right here in our own backyard, seeing millions of these Mexican free-tailed bats flying into the South Texas sky. RJ Marquez takes you to Bracken Cave Preserve to give you an up-close look at what's called the Batnado. All that and more today on the news at 6.
Myra, you had me at Batnado. I'll see you at 6. All right, it's one of the most important things a new parent will buy, a car seat. There are so many choices, it's hard to know which ones will protect infants the best.
12 Underside's Marilyn Moritz shows us what did well in Consumer Reports' own tough tests.
Car seats, they carry precious cargo.
The main objective of a car seat is to manage the crash forces, the energy absorption and all ways to control the forces and energy, keeping it away from the child.
All child car seats sold in the U.S. must meet federal safety requirements, but Consumer Reports goes beyond that and does its own crash tests at higher speeds. And on a test sled designed to more closely represent the inside of a car and a real-world crash.
There are so many new features coming out on car seats that truly take incredible engineering. And it's awesome to be able to get our hands on so many different kinds of seats and see how they're going to perform in a crash test.
That includes testing seats with load legs, an extra support that extends from a car seat's base to the vehicle's floor and makes the seat safer. This Kleck Ling is CR's top recommended infant seat, earning high scores for crash protection. Engineers also evaluate how easy each seat is to install.
Car seats are unique in that there's so much of the consumer's use that actually affects the outcome of how it controls energy and protects a child in a crash.
The Kiko KeyFit rated as one of the easiest seats to install and also top for safety.
Make sure that your child is buckled properly and the seat is properly installed every single time.
To help you choose, Consumer Reports has a free infant car seat finder. We have a link on our website. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Taking a look outside with live cam. We have been searching high and low for cloud today, and I'm afraid we've come up empty-handed.
Yeah, not even rain. Just a cloud.
Just a cloud.
Nice
just
white, fluffy cloud somewhere.
Reminds me of last week at this time, I was saying, I'll never take for granted clouds again. No. And I won't. After our summer, even just a variety in our sky, nature's paint strokes, right? Let's take a look at our rain chances. We will get some clouds in the days ahead and even a glimmer of hope for rain. 20% on Sunday. That's later in the day. The weekend's generally looking dry. It's just Sunday afternoon and evening we could see some showers. And then Monday we've got it up to 30%. I was tempted. I was close to making that a 40%. We're just not there yet. Justin and I were just talking and we're thinking, we could, but we need another few model runs before we do that. But at least there's potential, and there's one day we're honing in on now, and that's particularly Monday. Upper level high, that's still a big influence in our weather. It's centered over Mexico, but it's close enough to us to influence our weather and keep us high and dry, a lot of sunshine. There is a potent upper level disturbance that's now dropping into the lower 48 in the Pacific Northwest. This is going to be the big player, and going forward, spread the precipitation across the northern tier of the U.S. and even in the midsection. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to cash in on a whole lot of that. I do think we'll get some in central and South Texas, but not a whole lot. Sometimes we can look to the tropics and say, we've got some moisture coming our way. That's not the case right now. What we have out there is Hurricane Nigel, Category 1, that's headed off into the North Atlantic and staying out to sea, thankfully, not making interaction with any land. 96 our current reading. Dew point is 62, so not overly humid. That dew point will be rising pretty quickly after sunset. The sea breeze kicks in, it'll be a little gusty this evening, and the humidity spikes quickly. 76 at 7 a.m. tomorrow. By noon, we're 90 degrees. 5 o'clock, we hit 98, a southeasterly wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour. A decent amount of sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. I just think some clouds early, otherwise another sunny day. 99 Stinson on the south side, Floresville, Pleasanton, 100 degrees. Pretty much the same as what we have out there today. Seguin and New Braunfels, 99 for the high temperature again. Looking ahead, no big changes temperature-wise all the way through the weekend. 97, 98 for afternoon highs. But then we get into next week with that chance of a few showers, additional clouds, and the chance of rain will drop our temperatures a little bit, potentially even into the lower 90s for a time, which is still above average, which is 89.
That does look good. Thank you, Adam.
All right, are the Spurs ready for camp? It's right around the corner, Larry.
Well, when you talk to Zach Collins, he's absolutely ready for camp. He said he wished that he was starting next week. So the San Antonio Spurs are about 2 weeks away from training camp. Zach Collins is talking about that. Plus in the NFL, Micah Parsons was rewarded with a weekly honor coming up.
Tony will be limited reps today, but yeah, he'll work. Limited as far as the number of reps he takes today, but yes, he'll work today.
After touching the ball career high 32 times against the Jets, the Cowboys are not pushing running back Tony Pollard in big board sports. San Antonio Spurs power forward Zach Collins helped celebrate the Antioch Sports Complex and Community Center renovation last night by joining the ribbon-cutting ceremony. This renovation was completed through Spurs Give and Frostbank's Operation Renovation grant of $100,000. Zach said the Spurs do a great job getting them involved in the community. Now, this also gave us a chance to talk with Collins about training camp, which is about 2 weeks away.
Usually it's earlier than it is this year, so I'm ready. I'm ready to go. We got 2 weeks. I wish it was 1 week. I'm excited to get the season going, and we've been doing a great job putting a lot of work in. I feel great, 100% healthy. Worked really hard this summer to get my body right, get it ready for a long season, as you know, so I feel great.
That's good to hear, right? Zach also stayed to help ref a volleyball game.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week for Week 2 after his stellar game against the New York Jets. Parsons had 4 total tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 1 pass defensed, 4 quarterback hits, and 1 fumble recovered. This marks Parsons' 3rd career Player of the Week, and it certainly will not be his last. So the boys are now getting ready to take on the Arizona Cardinals, who are 0-2 to start off the season. Now, on the flip side, the boys are 2-0 and own the best overall defense in the NFL. They're number 1 in total yards allowed per game, total points allowed, and points per game at 5. They've also created a league-high 7 turnovers to go with 10 sacks, tied for number 1 with the Commanders. Combine that with the NFL's number 1 scoring offense at 35 points per, and some are saying this is the year the Cowboys will make a deep playoff run. Coach McCarthy was asked if that puts any extra pressure on the team.
No, it's week 3. I mean, we'll take the, trust me, it's the positive energy is good for our families. But, we're focused on this opportunity. We got an excellent opportunity to get to 3-0, and that's about as far as it goes with us.
Offensive lineman Tyler Smith, who's missed the first 2 games with a hamstring, practiced today, so he's getting closer to making his regular season debut.
I agree with Coach McCarthy. It's
yeah.
2 games.
Exactly.
Yeah, thanks, Larry.
We'll be right back. Thanks so much for watching the News at 5 with us.
See you back here at 6. World News is next.